So, good day everyone. I'm going to present one of the story of 8 brick of flowers, which is about Orpheus and Eurydice. So, the Greek world was full of musicians and poets who sang the deeds of gods and heroes, but none of them could compare to Orpheus. So, this is Orpheus. He is the greatest musician of all. Orpheus was the son of a muse and a Thracian king. He was a very gifted musician whose music could charm mortals, animals, and even trees. So he was the son of Muse Calliope and King Orpheus, and from his mother he inherited an unsurpassed melodious voice, and from his father a talent for writing outstanding music. So when he played his lyre offered by Apollo, the animals would come down and stop to listen to him, and even the plants would swing to the music's rhythm. So Orpheus went on one famous expedition. He sailed with Jason to find the golden seal, the Argonauts' seductive siren song. Orpheus snatched up his lyre, played the tune so clear and that it drowned the sound of his lovely vocal voices. Orpheus was not only a virtuous artist, but he was also endowed with great courage and was part of. And thanks to Orpheus, the Argonauts escaped the seductive siren, since Orpheus managed to muffle the deadly melody of sea creatures with his own secret. So, after the feast, Orpheus met Eurydice. They were married, but their joy was brief. Directly after the wedding, as the bride walked in the meadow with her bridesmaids, a viper stung her and she died. So, after returning the feast, Orpheus, after returning the feast, he met Eurydice and decided to get married. But Eurydice died because she was bitten by a viper. And Orpheus' grief was overwhelming. He could not endure it. He determined to go down to the world of death and try to bring Eurydice back. So he dared more than any other man ever dared for his love, and he took the fearsome journey to the underworld. So after Eurydice's death, Orpheus was devastated, and he understood that without without Eurydice, life on earth was meaningless. And he decided that he was ready to do whatever it takes for his beloved. So he took his lyre and went to claim Eurydice back from the dead. So there he struck his lyre, and at the sound all that vast multitude were charmed to stillness. No one under the spell of his voice could refuse him anything. So in Hades, the underworld, Orpheus managed to go through the three-headed guardian hound Cerberus by enchanting them with his music. So he uses his music to charm the spirits and monsters who live there. So they summoned Eurydice back and gave her to him, but upon one condition, that he would not look back at her as she followed him until they had reached the upper world. So when Orpheus played his lyre, the world of the dead stopped to listen to him. So Orpheus moved the heart and made the king of Hades appeared and made him grant his wish. Grant his wish. So he so they passed through the great door of Hades to the path which would take them out of the darkness. So he knew that she must be just behind him, but he longed unutterably, gave one glance to make sure. But now they were almost there. The blackness was turning gray. Now they had stepped out joyfully into the daylight. Then he returned to her, Eurydice. It was too soon. She was still in the cavern. So Orpheus managed to remain calm and did not look back throughout the whole trip. But however, however, the closer they were getting the light of the world of the living, the more enthusiastic and impatient he was getting. So when the first beam of light touched his face, Orpheus immediately turned around to hug his beloved. But at that moment, he realized his terrible mistake. He was standing in the world of the living, but Eurydice was still standing in the dark of world of the dead. So, no, siya parang abiniyag na si nakagawas na si Eurydice pero wala pa dayto. Then he saw her in the dim light and he held out his arms to clasp her. But on the instant, she was gone. She was slipped back into the darkness. Desperately, he tried to rush after her and followed her down, but he was not allowed. The gods would not consent to his entering the world of the dead a second time while he was still alive. So, Orpheus and Eurydice lock eyes for a split second, and Eurydice just barely manages to say farewell before she sucked back down to the underworld. So, gitry ni Orpheus na sundan si Eurydice, but dili na siya pwede nga mo enter sa underworld for a second time while he was still alive. So he was forced to return to the earth alone in utter desolation. He wandered through the wild solitudes of Thrace, comfortless except for his lyre, playing and always playing. So he wandered back and kept playing his heartbreaking songs. So now mo ayun kuan may silbi niya nga ang lyre mo nagsilbi nga naggamit nga para maka-demot siya pero heartbreaking songs gihapon ng iyang play. So a band of Maenads came upon him. They were as frenzied as those who killed Pentheus so hurriedly. They slew the gentle musician, tearing him limb from limb and flung the severed head into the swift river Hebrus. So the Orpheus singing had caused the Maenads to get upset and angry, and the maidens ripped his apart. So they killed Orpheus because they were upset that Orpheus are always playing sad songs. They were so sick of hearing that sad songs of Orpheus, so they killed him. So the Muses found his head and buried to the island, while his limbs was put in a tomb at the foot of Mount Olympus. So they find his limbs and they give him a proper burial. So mao to. No. So some ending. So some accounts of myth said that the spirits of Orpheus and Eurydice end up finding each other in the underworld. So gaoban na gihapon daw sila. Some said that gaoban na gihapon ang ilang spirits sa underworld. Pero it's a tragic story gihapon because wala sila nagkadayon sa kanunay kadayon forever sa earth. So moral lesson of the story: The moral of Orpheus and Eurydice is to be patient and keep one's faith. So you should be patient and um, trust your partners, and you need to stay true to your word. So dapat mo keep ka sa imuhang promise, and we cannot change our destiny, and we should accept that every one of us will have an end. So dapat ang dili na dyan na to change our atong destiny, and dapat ma-accept ta kung unsay mahitabo. Always treasure the moments and time with your special someone, kay wala ta kay baloog kanas or unsay mahitabo. So that's all. Thank you for listening.